The entire cafeteria went silent in one heartbeat, forks froze midair, trays hovered in people's hands, and hundreds of eyes locked onto a single girl standing in the middle of the chaos. Her name was Hannah. She was new, an exchange student from Japan, small in frame, quiet in nature, and, at least to everyone else, completely harmless. But that illusion shattered the moment she grabbed the school's most feared bully by the collar, and slammed him into the floor so hard the tables rattled. Hannah had only been in Lincoln High for 3 weeks. She kept to herself, spending lunch breaks alone, usually with a book in one hand and her headphones on. English wasn't her strongest skill, but she understood enough to know when people were mocking her. Whispers followed her in the hallways. "Hey, sushi girl, where's your kimono? Can you even speak English?" She ignored them, just as her parents had taught her. But bullies always escalate when they don't get a reaction. At the center of it all was Ryan Cole, the 6-foot-tall king of the cafeteria. He had a gang of followers who laughed at every insult, encouraged every prank, and treated Ryan like he was untouchable. To him, Hannah was an easy target. She was new, foreign, and quiet, perfect prey for public humiliation. It happened on a Wednesday, during the busiest lunch hour. Hannah was sitting at the far end of the cafeteria, quietly eating rice and vegetables from her lunchbox, when Ryan and his crew swaggered over. "Hey, what's in the box? Dog? Cat?" Ryan sneered, grabbing her chopsticks and tossing them on the floor. His friends cackled. Hannah tried to keep her composure, bending down to pick them up. But Ryan wasn't finished. "Ah, don't hide," he taunted. "We just want to see your fashion sense." Before she could react, he yanked at her uniform shirt, and with one sharp tug, the fabric tore across the shoulder. Gasps rippled through the cafeteria. Hannah froze. Not because she was scared, but because something inside her had snapped. For years, Hannah had studied judo back home. She had trained under her grandfather, a retired national champion, who taught her a single principle: you don't start fights, but you finish them. She had promised her parents she'd avoid trouble in America, but this was beyond humiliation. She stood slowly, her eyes locked on Ryan's smug grin. "Don't touch me," she said in clear, steady English. Ryan smirked, stepping closer. Or what? It happened in a blur. Hannah grabbed his wrist, pivoted her body, and with a swift movement, used his own weight against him. Ryan's feet left the ground. The next second, his back slammed into the cafeteria floor with a thunderous bang. Trays clattered, students screamed, and his friends stumbled backward in shock. Ryan lay there, winded and stunned, staring up at the girl he thought was powerless. Hannah stood over him, calm but firm, her voice cutting through the stunned silence. "Respect is free. Learn it." For a long moment, no one moved. Then, slowly, the cafeteria erupted, not in jeers, but in cheers. Students banged their hands on tables, chanting her name. Some even stood to clap. But the consequences came fast. The vice principal rushed in, demanding explanations. Ryan, red-faced and humiliated, tried to spin the story, but dozens of students backed Hannah, telling the truth. Security footage confirmed it: she was defending herself. Ryan was suspended for 2 weeks. His friends stopped trailing him like shadows. And Hannah? She didn't suddenly become the most popular girl in school, but she earned something far more valuable: respect. People greeted her in the hallways. Some even sat with her at lunch. Weeks later, when a freshman was being cornered in the hallway, it was Hannah who stepped in, not with violence, but with the same calm authority she had shown that day in the cafeteria. Because Hannah knew something the bullies didn't: true strength isn't about showing off, it's about standing up, for yourself and for others, when it matters most. And from that day on, Lincoln High learned one unshakable truth: never mistake quiet for weakness. If you want, I can also break this down into paragraph-by-paragraph prompts so you can use them to generate dramatic scenes or narration for your 15-minute YouTube video. That way, you can expand it with tension and visual detail.